Hi, I'm Steve Wilson, psychologist, the Joyologist, president of World Laughter Tour, and I'm here with tips about 7 mistaken ideas that are keeping a lot of people from being more in humor. These misconceptions are a concern because the key to your super humor power and embracing laughter for a rich and rewarding life lies in a proper understanding of laughter and humor. Inhibitions about being more in humor come from several different sources, primarily negative experiences with humor, being teased, being ridiculed, being made fun of, and sometimes even being criticized just for the sound of your laughter or for your particular sense of humor. You may have been falsely led to believe that laughing and humor aren't powerful and important, that they're juvenile, that they're immature. Nothing could be further from the truth. If any of these are the case, I'm happy to provide you with the truth about laughter and humor. One of my teachers on this topic was Joel Goodman, founder of the Humor Project and an important contributor to the field of therapeutic humor. Being a great punster, Dr. Goodman called these misconceptions myth-conceptions. He spelled that M-Y-T-H. That was his preferred spelling. I'm happy to advance his reasons for the importance of overcoming this faulty thinking, and I'm going to add a few of my own. One of the most common misconceptions is that you can die laughing. I consider that's a figure of speech. There's actually very little evidence that humor has ever had a fatal outcome. Negative side effects of humor and laughter are extremely rare. For example, Dr. William Fry Jr., a mentor of mine of blessed memory, was a major contributor to our understanding of the benefits of laughter for cardiovascular functioning. He frequently pointed out to us that based on his studies, laughter, true mirthful laughter, comes with a sparing effect for the cardiac patient, not hurtful at all. Another misconception that keeps us from trying to exercise our sense of humor is the belief that you have to be born with a sense of humor. Unfortunately, some folks were led to believe that they were in the wrong line when senses of humor were being passed out at the time of creation. The fact is that you're born with the ability to laugh and smile, but your sense of humor is something you can develop all through your life. True mirthful laughter comes from inside of us when the conditions are right. I'll explain more about that in a separate video lesson. If you avoid exercising your sense of humor because you think that you weren't born with one, please think again. There are many ways that you can develop your sense of humor, starting right now, in fact. Another misconception is that having a sense of humor means you can tell jokes well. It seems only about 5% of people can actually remember a joke and tell it well. And fewer than that seem to be inclined to just be plain funny, and they turn into humorists and stand-up comedians. Good news is you can have a terrific sense of humor and enjoy it for your own sake and share it with other people for their sake without ever having to tell a joke. You don't have to be funny. It helps if you can see funny. Enjoy the funny when you see it and use one of the many ways available these days to share that humor. For example, you may wear a funny necktie. I've got some from my collection. How about this necktie? This is Sylvester and Tweety Bird and Bugs Bunny. You wear that necktie, you don't have to tell a joke. It just puts a smile on people's faces. Here for a little contrast, here's another one with Sylvester and Bugs Bunny. A lot of fun just to put those on. And here's another one. This one, you see why I would say this is just plain goofy. That's my goofy necktie. And how about a funny t-shirt? Maybe you could wear a t-shirt that tells a joke. I like this one. It says, "A husband is living proof that a wife can take a joke." Well, different jokes for different folks, as we say. And how about, send your humor through social media, through email, share it wherever you can, and use humorous greeting cards for various occasions. Somebody said that get well cards have become so humorous that if you don't get sick these days, you're missing half the fun. Some people are confused because they think that laughter and humor are the same thing. We use the words together. We think they're interchangeable, but there are times when we should make a distinction. Humor is a psychological phenomenon. Laughter is a physical act. Typically, it's a response to humor, but not always. Humor happens when you decide that something is funny to you. Humor is almost always highly subjective. It's a decision that's personal and individual. In other words, Humor is in the eye or ear of the beholder. I call that different jokes for different folks. What tickles your funny bone may not make me laugh, and what cracks me up may not seem very funny to you. It's a matter of taste. When we're humor-powered, we recognize this and respect individual differences in humor, and we get along so much better with each other. Another mistaken idea worthy of correction is that you need a good reason to laugh. In fact, true mirthful laughter is often unexplainable. And if you have to explain why something is funny, it will lose its humor in the process. There's an aspect to humor that just defies reasonable explanation. When you're laughing and someone challenges you with the question, "What's so funny?" don't be embarrassed if you can't explain why you're laughing. It'd be great if you could become comfortable saying things like, "I can't explain why I'm laughing. It's just funny to me. And please, don't stop me. I'm trying to make my daily quota." Another mistaken notion is that you laugh because you feel good. In fact, just the opposite might be true. That is, we feel good because we laugh. I say that based on interpreting dozens and dozens of studies about the psychology of humor and the physiology of laughter. One of the important functions of laughter is to discharge emotional tension. Sometimes when you get some bad news, some shocking news, some people will burst out laughing. That's perfectly understandable. Nervous laughter. We're trying to discharge the emotional tension. Humor gives us another way of looking at a situation from which it might not be too serious, and the resulting laughter helps us relax, reduces the presence of stress hormones in the bloodstream, brings a healthy flow of blood to the heart, helps you with digestion. Really good for you. May not laugh because you feel good, but invariably you feel good because you laugh. The seventh and last misconception I want to cover here is the idea that if you are humorous, people won't take you seriously. The fact is that being serious means being responsible. It does not mean being solemn. Solemn is an emotion that's appropriate for funerals, but not for classrooms and workplaces. Although even at funerals you might hear some laughter mixed with crying. You can have both a terrific sense of humor and a sense of responsibility. Let me say this again. The key to your super humor power is to properly understand humor and laughter so that you'll express both of them more freely, more comfortably, and more often. If any of the misconceptions we've talked about here today have been getting in your way, I hope you're now ready to embrace humor and laughter for a richer, healthier, and more rewarding life. Visit the website, www.worldlaughtertour.com. Join us at a workshop or take the home study course and learn how to create therapeutic laughter. As always, I'm yours in love and laughter.